All right, I'm so excited to share about my experience and my field placement this year at Alabaster City Schools. So I was placed with Sharita Drake, the mental health coordinator of Alabaster City Schools, and I did shadow her in the beginning, but she also provided a very broad experience for me in the schools, and I got to work with a lot of other professionals as well within the school system. So I shadowed Sharita Drake. And that was mainly like just sitting in on a day in her office, just observing all of the resourcing she does, kind of hearing about how she's interacting with different parents and students and all of the requests that come to her at the school, which is pretty amazing role that schools are now taking on mental health coordinators. But further than that, she connected me with a social work interventionist, and I got to go to truancy court and see the process of what it's like for students and parents to walk through truancy court, as well as both of the social worker interventionists, their work with alternative school students. So doing a lot of work to get kids where they need to be. And the last thing that I did was really what I primarily focused on and really enjoyed so much, which was I collaborated with the elementary and the middle school counselors in a mentorship program to help provide more support for kids who were showing just need for more care. And that was where I got to learn a lot of or I got to really apply a lot of the NASW principles of ethics because there was a lot going on with these kids, a lot of situations we had to intervene and, keep good boundaries and also get the kids what they need. Sometimes that looked like DHR report, which that was very hard. But just learning how to support them and operate ethically was a really amazing experience to unpack all of that. And so the competencies I chose kind of go hand in hand. So the first that I want to share is engaging with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I did so much of that, but I want to highlight the main way I got to interact with individuals. So through the mentorship program, and the peer helper program, I got to work one-on-one with kids. And that was an incredible experience because I got to, work one on one with them and be in a sort of session, kind of like a client relationship, but also talk and debrief with the counselor, the parents, the teachers, and just kind of have collaborative discussion on good ways to support them. Further, in assessing individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, there was a lot of assessment going on. The counselors would come to me with, "Hey, this kid's struggling with ADHD, or this kid is shutting down in class, or this kid has a hard home life. Like, can you be extra support for them?" And so it was a great process of learning. After my meetings, with the kids, I would meet with the counselors, and then also would go home and do a lot of research of like, how can I best support them? Now, clearly I was not clinically assessing these kids or giving diagnoses, but I was in just dialogue with the counselors and coming up with interventions and things that we could do. And so I want to be a therapist and work one-on-one. So this was just an incredibly meaningful experience. The main thing I walked away from was learning boundaries and just communicating those early on to provide a really healthy work um, relationship with these clients, especially kids, because that can be very tricky. So this internship was all I could have ever dreamed for in an internship. I felt very supported by the counselors and my supervisor, Sharita. And I feel like I got such a wide variety of what it looks like to work in the school with the kids one on one. What does policy look like in place in court? What does it look like to intervene with kids that are struggling to get to school or have great needs? Like we even had kids with like needs for food, needs for clothes. So I feel like I got a wide array of exposure and experience. I feel like I easily met all the competencies just because of Sharita's amazing variety that she provided for me. Um, and so beyond my time at UAB, upon graduating, I have actually staying in the school system. I'm taking a job with United Ability to work with high schoolers with disabilities, supporting them through learning job training skills. So I will be going from school to school, teaching some training classes and walking with those kids through trying to set them up for employment so they can support themselves. And I feel like this internship, I don't feel, I know this internship has truly prepared me and excited me to be a part of the school systems because they are doing so much good. And it is such an amazing place to reach kids with resources and advocate for them. And so I'm so excited to move along. I'm actually very sad to close this down, but I'm so grateful for all that I learned. And I think especially the research that I got to do in this internship with real-time students was incredibly um, enriching. And I am walking away with a lot of tools in my tool belt and much more to learn. But I'm so thrilled to be graduating from UAB, honored to, and just would like to thank Sharita Drake, my incredible supervisor. She was just wonderful, so helpful, and great support. And for Professor Linker and Professor Melton, just the amount of encouragement and support and just care that y'all provided for us made this a wonderful experience, and I'm so grateful for you all. And to my colleagues, I bless y'all on your journey and um, just bless each of you in your journey to bring hope and healing to our world and to the people around us. And it's been an honor to be with you all.